Hey everyone, welcome back to the English Leap podcast, your English podcast for real conversation practice and easy English in daily life.
Yes, the place where you learn to describe yourself in English as confidently as you already know yourself in real life.
I'm Anna.
And I'm Jake. Great to have you with us today.
So Jake, if you had to describe your personality in 3 words, what would you say?
Good question. Probably curious, a little stubborn, and pretty easygoing overall.
Honestly, accurate. I'd say I'm organized, a bit of a perfectionist, and very warm once you get to know me.
Great combination. And honestly, that little exercise we just did is exactly today's topic. We're talking about how to describe your personality in English.
Yes, this comes up constantly. Job interviews, first dates, meeting new people, writing a bio for social media or a dating app, describing coworkers or family members.
True, and it's actually a surprisingly tricky topic because it requires specific vocabulary, a comfortable, balanced tone, and the confidence to talk about yourself honestly without sounding arrogant or overly modest.
Exactly. By the end of this episode, you'll have vocabulary for personality traits, useful structures for describing yourself naturally, and the confidence to talk about both your strengths and your weaknesses gracefully.
Quick favor before we start. If you're enjoying this podcast, please like this episode, subscribe, and share it with a friend learning English.
And comment below. Describe your personality in 3 words in English. Great practice, and we genuinely love reading your comments.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay, let's start with why describing personality is such a valuable skill in English.
Great question. First, it comes up constantly in real life. Job interviews, first dates, meeting new friends, writing a bio for social media or a dating app, describing coworkers or family members.
True. It's honestly one of the most universally useful topics in everyday English conversation.
Second, this topic gives you a great chance to practice descriptive adjectives, a whole category of vocabulary that's incredibly useful across tons of other conversations too.
Third, it requires a specific, balanced tone. Confident, but not arrogant. Honest, but not overly critical, which is a genuinely valuable communication skill beyond just English learning.
Great point. And fourth, it's just a fun, engaging topic. People generally enjoy talking about themselves and others when it's done with warmth and light humor.
Beautifully summarized. Let's build our vocabulary and structure now.
Okay, let's build a simple, natural structure for describing your own personality.
Step 1. Name 1 or 2 core traits. I'm pretty outgoing. I'd say I'm quite organized.
Step 2. Add a small example or context that shows the trait in action. I'm pretty outgoing. I love meeting new people and striking up conversations.
Step 3. Optional, mention a balancing trait, often a mild weakness, to keep things honest and relatable. I'm pretty outgoing, though I can definitely be a bit too talkative sometimes.
Step 4. Let's build a full example. I'd say I'm pretty organized. I really like having a clear plan for things. That said, I can be a little too rigid sometimes when plans change unexpectedly.
Perfect. Honest, balanced, and shows real self-awareness. Exactly the tone we want for this topic.
Let's build another one. I'm generally pretty easygoing. Not much stresses me out. Though my partner would probably say I can be a bit too relaxed about deadlines sometimes.
Great example. And notice, adding someone else's perspective, my partner would say, is a lovely, natural way to add gentle humor and honesty.
Beautifully demonstrated. Now let's build your vocabulary toolbox.
Let's go through a wide range of positive personality traits organized loosely by category.
Social traits. Outgoing, enjoys socializing and meeting people. Friendly, warm and welcoming. Charismatic, naturally likable and engaging. Sociable, enjoys company and social activities.
Work and discipline traits. Hardworking, puts in real effort. Organized, keeps things in order and plans well. Reliable, dependable and trustworthy. Ambitious, driven to achieve goals.
Emotional and interpersonal traits. Empathetic, understands and shares others' feelings. Patient, calm and tolerant, especially in difficult situations. Compassionate, genuinely caring towards others. Supportive, helps and encourages others.
Thinking and personality style traits. Curious, eager to learn and explore. Creative, imaginative and original. Analytical, logical and detail-focused. Open-minded, receptive to new ideas.
Fun and easygoing traits. Easygoing, relaxed, not easily stressed. Adventurous, enjoys new experiences and risks. Playful, fun-loving and lighthearted.
Great range, listeners. Let's build a few example sentences. She's incredibly empathetic. She always knows exactly what to say when someone's struggling.
He's pretty adventurous, always up for trying something new, whether it's food or travel.
Beautiful examples. Let's move to the trickier side of vocabulary, describing weaknesses gracefully.
Okay, this is a really important section, because describing your own weaknesses well, honestly but not harshly, is a genuinely valuable skill.
Great point. Let's go through some common weaknesses paired with a softer framing. Stubborn, but framed as, I can be a bit stubborn once I've made a decision.
Step 4. Let's build a full example combining strengths and weaknesses. I'd say I'm pretty ambitious and hardworking, though I can definitely be a perfectionist to a fault sometimes, which occasionally makes it hard for me to relax.
Beautifully balanced example, listeners. Exactly the tone that works well across almost every setting, casual or professional.
Let's spend some time on useful grammar structures specifically for this topic.
Great idea. First, simple present tense with be. I'm outgoing. She's very patient. Simple, direct, and the most common structure overall. Second, tend to be, a slightly softer, more natural alternative, especially useful in spoken English. I tend to be pretty introverted in large groups. He tends to be quite reserved at first.
Third, can be. Useful for traits that show up situationally rather than constantly. I can be pretty stubborn when I feel strongly about something. She can be really funny when she's comfortable.
Fourth, a bit of plus noun, a lovely softening structure. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. He's a bit of an introvert, especially around new people.
Fifth, comparatives. Useful for describing yourself relative to others or your past self. I'm more outgoing than I used to be. I'm a little more reserved than my sister.
Great structure, and it connects nicely with used to from our bad habits episode, showing personality growth over time.
Sixth, come across as. Useful for describing how others perceive you, sometimes differently from how you see yourself. I think I come across as pretty confident, even though I'm actually quite shy inside.
Beautiful structure, listeners, showing a nice contrast between internal feeling and external impression, a really natural, common way native speakers describe personality.
Great grammar toolkit, listeners, giving you a lot of flexibility for describing personality at different levels of directness and softness.
Let's cover how personality talk shifts slightly depending on the setting, job interviews, dating, and casual conversations with friends.
Great point. In job interviews, personality descriptions often connect to work-relevant strengths. I'd describe myself as detail-oriented and reliable. I always make sure to follow through on commitments.
Great example. Notice how this frames a personality trait directly in terms of workplace value, without sounding like a generic list of adjectives.
For weaknesses in interviews, the classic "what's your weakness?" question, pairing an honest trait with active improvement works really well. I can be a bit of a perfectionist sometimes, but I've been working on setting more realistic timelines for myself and my team.
Beautiful, professional phrasing. Now let's move to dating contexts, like describing yourself on a dating profile or a first date.
Useful phrases here often blend warmth and light humor. I'm pretty easygoing, love a good laugh, and I'm always up for trying new restaurants. I'd say I'm a mix of adventurous and a total homebody. Depends on the week.
Great, relatable, light tone, perfect for dating contexts specifically.
Finally, let's cover casual conversations with friends, often the most relaxed, honest version of this topic.
Honestly, I'm a bit of a mess when it comes to mornings, but once I'm awake, I'm pretty fun to be around. Beautiful, casual, self-aware example, listeners. Notice how the tone shifts, more polished and professional for interviews, warmer and playful for dating, completely relaxed and honest for friends.
Mistake 1, only listing traits without examples, which can feel flat and generic. I'm hardworking, organized, and friendly, without any supporting detail, feels much less engaging than adding a small, specific example for at least one trait.
True, one small, specific detail makes your description feel real and memorable, rather than like a list copied from a textbook.
Mistake 2, being overly modest to the point of underselling yourself, especially in professional contexts. Constantly downplaying strengths, "Oh, I'm not really that good at anything," can actually come across as less confident than intended.
Mistake 3, being overly boastful without any balance, listing only strengths with no self-awareness at all, which can sometimes feel a little one-dimensional or even arrogant depending on delivery and tone.
Mistake 4, confusing personality with mood. Saying, "I'm angry," describes a temporary mood, not a personality trait. "I can get frustrated easily when things don't go as planned," better describes an actual personality tendency.
Great distinction, listeners. Personality traits are usually consistent patterns, while moods are temporary states.
Mistake 5, using overly negative or harsh self-descriptions, even about real weaknesses. "I'm a terrible, lazy person," sounds much harsher than "I can be a bit lazy when it comes to chores," which says something similar but far more gently.
Beautifully covered, listeners. Small adjustments, much more natural, balanced personality descriptions overall.
Quick cultural note before our example conversations, because comfort with self-description does shift a bit across English-speaking cultures.
True, in the United States, especially in professional settings, confident self-description is generally encouraged and well-received. Openly naming your strengths is seen as healthy self-awareness, not arrogance.
In the United Kingdom, self-description often leans more modest, sometimes using understatement or self-deprecating humor, even when describing genuine strengths.
In Australia, similarly relaxed and humorous, personality descriptions often blend honesty with playful, casual language.
And in many parts of India and South Asia, personality descriptions can vary quite a bit, sometimes leaning more modest in formal or unfamiliar settings, while becoming warmer and more expressive within close family or friend circles.
Great context, listeners, showing that the right balance of confidence and modesty really depends on the specific setting and audience you're speaking with.
Beautifully summarized. Now let's cover some fun idioms related to personality before our example conversations.
Let's cover idioms that come up naturally when describing personality and character.
First is, wear your heart on your sleeve, meaning to openly show your emotions. She really wears her heart on her sleeve. You always know exactly how she's feeling.
Second, a people person, meaning someone who genuinely enjoys and is good with social interaction. He's such a people person. He makes friends everywhere he goes.
Third, have a heart of gold, meaning to be genuinely kind and generous. She has a heart of gold, always the first to help anyone in need.
Fourth, tough cookie, meaning someone resilient and strong, sometimes a little stubborn too. She's a tough cookie. Nothing really gets her down.
Fifth, the life of the party, meaning someone fun and energetic who brings life to social gatherings. He's always the life of the party. Everyone loves having him around.
Fifth, old soul, meaning someone who seems wise or mature beyond their years. She's always been a bit of an old soul, even as a kid.
Let's build an example combining a few. My sister is such a people person, honestly the life of the party wherever she goes. She's also got a heart of gold, always the first to help anyone out.
Perfect natural example, listeners. These idioms instantly add warmth and fluency to personality-related conversations.
Okay, first one, describing your personality in a job interview.
As interviewer, how would you describe your personality in terms of how you work with others?
As candidate, I'd say I'm pretty collaborative and reliable. I always make sure to follow through on my commitments. I can be a bit of a perfectionist sometimes, but I've been working on setting more realistic expectations for myself and my team.
That's great to hear. How do you think your colleagues would describe you?
I think they'd say I'm easy to work with and someone they can count on, especially under pressure.
Great, confident, professional example, listeners, showing real balance between strengths and self-aware growth.
Now let's do a second one, describing yourself on a first date.
As date 1, so tell me a little about yourself. What are you like?
As date 2, I'd say I'm pretty easygoing, love a good laugh, and I'm honestly a bit of a homebody most weekends, though I do enjoy the occasional adventure too.
That's a nice balance. I'm actually pretty similar, though I'd say I'm a bit more of an extrovert. I love being around people.
That's a great combination, honestly. Opposites balancing each other out a little.
Beautiful, warm, natural example, listeners, showing exactly the light, relatable tone that works well for dating contexts.
Let's do a third one, describing a friend to someone else.
You're going to love Sarah. She's honestly the life of the party wherever she goes.
Oh, nice. I love outgoing people. What else is she like?
She's also incredibly loyal, a real heart of gold, always there for her friends. She can be a little stubborn sometimes, but honestly, it's part of her charm.
She sounds great. I can't wait to meet her.
See, listeners, notice how naturally and warmly this conversation described a third person's personality, using idioms and honest, balanced traits.
Let's do one final example, a slightly deeper, more personal conversation between close friends.
Do you think you've changed much as a person over the years?
Honestly, yeah. I used to be pretty shy and reserved, but I've become a lot more outgoing since moving to a new city and being forced to meet new people.
That's really cool. I think I've become more patient over time, especially since becoming a parent.
That makes sense. That would definitely change your perspective on a lot of things.
Beautiful, reflective example, listeners, showing how personality talk can also explore genuine growth and change over time.
Let's give you a quick sample bank. 15 different people, 15 different personality descriptions, all using today's simple tools.
Number 1. I'm pretty introverted. I recharge by spending time alone, though I do enjoy small gatherings with close friends.
Number 2. I'd say I'm a natural leader. I like taking initiative, though I'm working on delegating more instead of doing everything myself.
Number 3. I'm incredibly curious, always asking questions and wanting to learn new things, sometimes to a fault, according to my friends.
Number 4. I tend to be pretty calm under pressure. It takes a lot to really stress me out.
Number 5. I'm a bit of a worrier, honestly. I tend to overthink things more than I probably should.
Number 6. I'd describe myself as fiercely loyal. Once you're a friend for life.
Number 7. I can be pretty blunt sometimes. I value honesty, though I'm learning to soften my delivery a bit.
Number 8. I'm generally very optimistic. I try to see the positive side of most situations.
Number 9. I'm quite competitive, especially with games. My family teases me about it constantly.
Number 10. I'd say I'm pretty spontaneous. I love making last-minute plans and trying new things.
Number 11. I'm a total planner. I like knowing exactly what's happening and when. Spontaneity honestly stresses me out a little.
Number 12. I'm incredibly empathetic, sometimes almost too much. I really absorb other people's emotions.
Number 13. I'm pretty independent. I genuinely enjoy my own company and doing things solo.
Number 14. I'd say I'm quite witty. I love a good joke, sometimes at inappropriate moments.
Number 15. I'm a hopeless romantic, honestly. I still believe in grand gestures and love letters.
What a great, honest range, listeners. 15 completely different personalities, but every single one used the exact same simple and relatable structure and vocabulary from today's episode.
Exactly. And that's really the secret, listeners. Once you know the formula, you can describe absolutely any personality, yours or someone else's, using these same natural tools.
Quick FAQ before practice time. From a listener named Isabella. Is it okay to describe myself differently depending on the situation, or is that dishonest?
Great question, Isabella. Not dishonest at all. Most people naturally emphasize different traits depending on context. More professional traits at work, more playful traits with friends. It's about emphasis, not fabrication.
Next, from a listener named Kofi, what if I genuinely don't know how to describe my own personality?
Totally normal, Kofi. A great trick is imagining what a close friend or family member would say about you. Sometimes it's easier to see our own traits through someone else's eyes first.
Next, from a listener named Lena, is it rude to ask someone to describe their personality directly, or is that too personal?
Good question, Lena. It can feel a bit direct as a first question with someone new. Softer framing, like, what are you like as a person, or letting it emerge naturally through conversation, often feels more comfortable.
Last one, from a listener named Raphael. How do I compliment someone's personality without sounding fake?
Great question, Raphael. Being specific helps a lot. You're always so patient with everyone feels much more genuine than a vague, you're so nice, since it shows you've actually noticed something real about them.
Great questions today, everyone. Thanks for sending them in.
Quick shadowing exercise before practice time. We say a sentence, you repeat it out loud.
Sentence 1. I'd say I'm pretty outgoing. Now you.
Sentence 2. I can be a bit of a perfectionist sometimes. Now you.
Sentence 3. I tend to be pretty easygoing. Now you.
Sentence 4. I'm more patient than I used to be. Now you.
Sentence 5. I think I come across as confident, even when I'm nervous. Now you.
Sentence 6. She has a heart of gold. Now you.
Great job, everyone. Let's also review our full glossary quickly. Structures. I'd say I'm, I tend to be, I can be a bit of a, I come across as, I'm more than I used to be.
Positive traits: outgoing, empathetic, reliable, creative, easygoing, ambitious, curious, patient.
Softened weaknesses. A bit stubborn, a bit of a perfectionist, can be impatient, generous to a fault.
Idioms: a people person, heart of gold, wear your heart on your sleeve, life of the party, old soul, tough cookie.
What a great complete toolkit, listeners. Review this glossary whenever you want a quick refresher before describing your personality in a real conversation. Let's spend some time on a really common personality topic: introversion, extroversion, and the space in between, since this comes up constantly in casual conversation.
Great addition. Useful phrases. I'm a pretty classic introvert. I need alone time to recharge. I'm definitely an extrovert. Being around people gives me energy. I'm honestly a bit of both, an ambivert, I guess.
Great vocabulary. Ambivert, a really useful word for people who fall somewhere in the middle, neither strongly introverted nor extroverted.
Let's build some example sentences describing this in more detail. I love spending time with people, but I definitely need a few quiet days afterward to recover. I can be pretty social in small groups, but big parties really drain me.
Great nuanced descriptions, listeners, showing that introversion and extroversion aren't always simple black and white categories.
Let's also cover a common related phrase, recharge. I recharge by reading alone. I recharge by being around close friends. Great natural verb for describing how you restore your energy.
Beautiful vocabulary addition. Let's build a full example. I'd say I'm more introverted than extroverted. I really recharge through quiet time alone. That said, I do genuinely enjoy small gatherings with close friends, just not huge parties.
Beautifully balanced example, listeners, showing real self-awareness around this really common personality topic.
Let's cover a fun, very common casual conversation topic: zodiac signs, personality tests, and similar lighthearted ways people describe themselves.
Great addition. This comes up constantly in small talk and casual friendships. Useful phrases. I'm a total Gemini, if that means anything to you. Have you ever taken one of those personality type tests? I'm apparently an INFJ.
Great casual phrases. Let's also cover reacting to someone else's answer. Oh, that makes so much sense, actually. I don't really believe in that stuff, but it's fun to talk about. Really, I would have guessed something totally different.
Great natural reactions, listeners, showing you can engage with this topic playfully, whether or not you personally believe in it.
Let's build a quick example. I took one of those online personality tests recently. Apparently, I'm an ENFP. Honestly, it described me pretty accurately. Outgoing, but also really emotional and idealistic.
Great example, listeners, and honestly, this kind of casual, playful personality talk is incredibly common in modern English conversation, especially among younger generations.
Quick bonus vocabulary section. A few phrasal verbs that come up naturally around personality and behavior.
Great idea. First, come out of your shell, meaning to become less shy and more open over time. She really came out of her shell once she started college.
Second, grow on someone, meaning to become more likable over time even if the first impression wasn't strong. He seemed a bit standoffish at first, but he really grew on me.
Third, clash with, meaning to conflict, often used for personalities that don't mix well. Our personalities kind of clash. We just see things really differently.
Fourth, click with, the opposite, meaning to naturally get along well with someone. We clicked instantly. It felt like we'd known each other for years.
Fifth, grow into, meaning to develop or mature into a certain personality trait over time. I think I've really grown into my confidence over the past few years.
Let's build an example combining a few. We didn't really click at first, our personalities kind of clashed a little. But honestly, she really grew on me over time, and now we're really close friends.
Perfect natural example, listeners. These phrasal verbs add real depth and fluency to conversations about personality and relationships.
Let's do one more role play, this time describing a coworker's personality in a professional context, like giving a reference or discussing a team dynamic.
What's it like working with Daniel on your team?
Honestly, he's great. He's really detail-oriented and reliable, always double-checks his work before submitting anything.
That's great to hear. Any areas where he might still be growing?
I'd say he can be a little hesitant to speak up in bigger meetings, though he's been working on that and it's improved a lot recently.
That's good progress. Sounds like a strong addition to the team overall.
Definitely. I'd recommend him for the promotion without hesitation.
See, listeners, notice how professional, balanced, and constructive this personality description felt. Honest about growth areas while remaining genuinely supportive and positive overall.
Beautifully demonstrated, and honestly, this exact structure works perfectly for performance reviews, references, or any professional discussion about someone's working style.
Let's do one final warm role play. New parents describing their baby's emerging personality to a friend. A really common, joyful conversation.
So, what's she like so far? Any personality showing yet?
Oh, definitely. She's incredibly curious already, always reaching for things and looking around at everything.
That's so sweet. Is she pretty easygoing or more particular?
Honestly, a bit of both. She's usually pretty relaxed, but she definitely knows what she wants when it comes to food.
Sounds like she's got some strong opinions already.
Oh, absolutely. She's a tough cookie, that's for sure.
Beautiful, warm example, listeners, showing how naturally personality vocabulary extends even to the earliest, most joyful conversations about a growing personality.
Let's squeeze in a few more listener questions before practice time.
From a listener named Farah, is it okay to describe myself as weird or quirky? Does that sound negative in English?
Great question, Farah. Not at all. Quirky, especially, is often used really warmly in English, meaning charmingly unusual or unique. I'm a bit quirky. I have some pretty unusual hobbies. Sounds endearing, not negative at all.
From a listener named Bo, how do I describe someone's personality if I don't know them very well yet?
Good question, Bo. Softer, more tentative language helps here. She seems really friendly from what I can tell so far. He comes across as pretty confident, though I don't know him that well yet. Both acknowledge the limited familiarity, honestly.
Beautiful phrasing. Great questions today, everyone. Thanks so much for sending them in.
Let's cover one more reflective angle, talking about how major life events, moving, parenthood, career changes, have shaped your personality over time.
Great addition, and this connects beautifully with our used to and comparative structures from earlier. Useful phrases. Becoming a parent completely changed my perspective. I'm a lot more patient now. Moving abroad really brought me out of my shell.
Great examples. Notice brought me out of my shell, a lovely combination of our earlier phrasal verb with a specific, meaningful life event.
Let's also cover phrases for describing gradual, ongoing change rather than one dramatic event. I've slowly become more confident over the years, mostly just by putting myself in uncomfortable situations. Therapy has honestly helped me understand my own patterns a lot better.
Great, honest phrases, listeners, showing that personality growth is often gradual and multi-layered, not always tied to one single moment.
Let's build a full example. I used to be really anxious in social situations, but moving to a new city for work forced me to get out of my comfort zone. Looking back, I think that experience really shaped who I am today, a lot more confident and adaptable than I used to be.
Beautiful, reflective example, listeners, showing real depth and personal growth, exactly the kind of meaningful conversation this topic can lead to.
Let's spend a little time specifically on owning your strengths confidently, since many learners, and honestly many people in general, find this harder than admitting weaknesses.
Great point. So true. Useful phrases for confidently claiming a strength without sounding boastful. Something I'm genuinely proud of is how patient I am with people. If I'm being honest, I think my empathy is one of my biggest strengths.
Great, honest, grounded phrasing, listeners. Notice the softening frame, something I'm genuinely proud of, if I'm being honest, which makes owning a strength feel natural rather than arrogant.